Cincinnati Bengals, let's talk about them. Let's talk about them.
I like their chances, man.
I don't like their tiebreakers. That's the problem.
But they can win out.
Let's talk about it. Their schedule from here on out, they've got the Minnesota Vikings coming in. And Nick Mullins, who the hell knows? Honestly.
Who knows?
Right. And then they're at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, man.
On a Saturday. They're back-to-back Saturday games. Short week this week, regular week next week, and then a nice extra day off before they go into Kansas City and home for Cleveland. They're going to have to win out because they're
going to have to win out.
Well, because they're going to have to be better than most everyone else that finishes maybe with 10 wins or 9 wins because of the tie breaks.
But I don't know how many teams are going to finish with 10 wins because there's currently 6 that have 7. And they're not all going to win out or win 3 out of 4, right?
Well,
Pittsburgh, Indy, Houston, Denver, Cincinnati, Buffalo.
The problem, again, is the Bengals have an 0-4 division record, and division tiebreaks are the first ones.
Right.
And they've got 2 division teams staring at them in current playoff spots for the wild card.
Got to win those.
So, and they do have the ability to negate those tiebreakers against them because they play the Browns and the Steelers. Okay? So that's good news for them. The issue is they're 3-6 in conference.
Right.
And they've got 3 more conference games. They are against Cleveland and Pittsburgh, but also Kansas City at Kansas City.
Who's not looking too hot,
okay.
Let's be honest.
Let's just, don't wind up on the New Heights podcast. Hey, just obviously go out and play them. I know that that's the phrase that pays. This weekend, let's just put it this way. Houston might not have C.J. Stroud. He's not practicing. Mm-hmm. So Davis Mills is going to go against the Tennessee Titans in Houston with the Titans showing up in the old Houston Oilers uniform. Talk about a major big-time troll job.
And riding high after Monday night's comeback win.
Could you imagine if the Ravens ever showed up in Cleveland wearing the old Browns uniforms?
That would be the funniest thing of all time.
That's the equivalent, isn't it?
That is 100% the equivalent. That would be the funniest thing ever.
Like, hey, we're going to do our old throwbacks, even though we left all the marks and logos there in Cleveland when we moved to Baltimore. We just gave them all up. You can keep them, said Art Modell. Can you imagine if the Ravens showed up in full-on Cleveland Browns uniform, wearing the elf?
That would be hilarious.
So the Denver Broncos are in Detroit. Houston is at home with Davis Mills going against the Titans team that just beat the Dolphins.
Riding high? I don't know.
One of the Steelers or Colts are going to lose.
Yep.
Or there's a tie. I shouldn't say that. Those are all your 7-6 teams. And the Bills are against the Cowboys. But the Bengals have a tiebreak over the Bills. They beat Buffalo. So things can break their way well enough this weekend to set them up for the final 3 weeks where it's all the conference games, and then they can get a 6-6 conference record and a 2-4 division record. But most importantly, the 2 wins are against teams that they would then split with and remove those tiebreakers that count against them off the table. Right? That's the pathway through for the Cincinnati Bengals. Because, again, we could sit here and go, hey, I love Jake Browning's moxie, and, hey, the defense is playing better. And, sure, Mixon now has Chase Brown. Nice little 1-2 punch right here going on. And so, and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Boyd. The one thing that was really interesting, what Jordan Palmer said, that Jake Browning had an it factor from high school and college being brought in, and also a sensibility to reach out to Jordan and say, hey, you work with Burrow. I'm now backing up Burrow in case I get in. What's Joe, what should I know? What should I do? One thing that Palmer said is that he's walking into a situation with a team that's good, although the record doesn't show it, but the roster sure does, and its recent history sure does, and how that is positive, where usually a backup quarterback might get in there and the team stinks. And the receivers are looking to get paid. T. Higgins looking to get paid.
Yep.
Jamar Chase is hoping that Justin Jefferson goes first, his old college teammate, so he can say, I want one of those. In the same way that Burrow looked at Herbert's contract and said, I want one of those. And how that is a benefit We could sit here and go all through that, but it's really about math at this point in the season. Because even if you win out, what's going to happen? Dallas wins all the way out? Great. Philadelphia wins all the way out? Not so great for Dallas because Philadelphia goes with a better conference record. And right now, the math doesn't look that great for Cincinnati. But they're not going to sit there as they're all excited about how they've been playing and how much they are excited to be in front of their home crowd to kick off the NFL Network triple header on Saturday. They're not going to sit here and go, yeah, but the math stinks. I guess I could do that here. Be sort of the Land Clark buzzkill type guy right here. But that's the fact. Just win out and see how everything else breaks. And I just gave you some very feasible scenarios how things can break well for the Bengals from this point through Monday night. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.